What's good, family? It's your boy LeNZ here with the first installment of Riding with LeNZ. My intention on doing these riding with videos really was gonna base in doing reviews and stuff like that on music. Some local artists, some other artists that the local folks might not have heard of. However, since I have an opinion on everything, I'm going to expand it. And this first episode is going to be on Orange is the New Black, Season 3. Now, before I go any further, I have to let you know that this video will have spoilers. So if you are a fan of Orange is the New Black and you have not had a chance to see it yet, it did just come out the other day, then I warn you, you can go ahead and leave now. Now that that's out the way, for my people who don't mind the spoilers, who have seen it themselves and may have their own opinion about this show, this Netflix original series that just came out the other day. They actually dropped it early in the evening, Eastern Standard Time of June 11th. Excuse me. It was supposed to drop on June 12th. And when I first heard, that they had dropped it early, I was kind of pumped. I guess for a little bit of background on it, I'm a newer fan of Orange is the New Black. Back when it first came out in 2013, one of my sisters told me about it, and it sounded, I don't know. I really don't remember how I felt. I just knew I wasn't really that interested in it. However, late last year, sometime during the winter, I was, just going through, different series, binging, one series after the other. And then I got to Orange is the New Black, and I was sold. Like, really from the first episode, it like really brought me in. And so I think it took me like a week, because I work from home, and I usually watch TV while I'm working on graphic design and stuff like that, if I'm not doing video work. So I have time to watch these shows. So it took me about a week to get through the first two episodes. I'm sorry, not the first two episodes. The first two seasons, and I was like, I was a fan. Well, I'll say I am a fan. I became a fan, real tough, and I was kind of like disappointed in myself that this show, with all of these characters and all of these layers and all of these emotions and everything that was going on, almost got by me, so I was ashamed of that, but I was glad that it didn't get too far out of reach. You know what I'm saying? And so like from the time that I finished, season 2, I was waiting. I was waiting for season 3. I knew that they usually dropped it around June. And I knew that time was going to go by pretty quickly, so I didn't have to really stress it. So when I heard, I was watching the NBA Finals game. Shout out to the Warriors, Golden State, for winning that game. But yeah, so I was in the middle of watching that game when I found out that they had released season 3 early. So I was like, well, shoot, it's finna go down like right after this game. And that's exactly what happened. You know, right after the game ended, you know what I'm saying? Because I work late, you know. I'm usually up till like 3, 4, 5 in the morning doing my thing. And so I decided to, you know, get it started. And this is where the review takes a turn. I will say that overall, this season was very disappointing. It felt like the entire season I was waiting for it to build up to something, or something crazy to happen. Like every time I turned around, I was like, oh man, something crazy has to happen soon. You know, and I got so caught up in waiting for something to happen that when something did happen, I just found myself waiting for it to be over, because it was nothing. You know, I mean, yeah, it had its emotional meaning, and it had, you know, I guess it did have something to it. But in the grand scheme of the story, it was like really, like this is it, you know. And first spoiler, you know, I'm talking about the very end of the season, where the entire prison escapes out that fence. You know, the dudes working on the fence, you know, hopped in their car for protection, and all these girls then ran down and had a beach party, you know, down at the lake. And you know, when that scene happened, when Norma first, you know, saw that the fence was open and she started running, you know, in my head I was like, okay, Norma's about to escape. You know, because the cops were, you know, they had all just, not the CO, sorry, they had all just gone on their strike or whatever. So they all go, you know, so I knew there was no one there to really, you know, stop anyone. But I figured, you know, it wouldn't have gotten out of hand, you know what I'm saying? Because also keep in mind, I lost track of what episode I was watching, you know, and I never like looked to see how many episodes there actually were. I forgot that they only did like 13 episodes. So I'm thinking that Norma's gonna escape, and then she's gonna, you know, later on end up dying out in the wilderness or something like that. You know, like I like Norma as a character, but I don't know. I just expect these people to die after a little while. A little dark. I apologize for that, but you know, it's just something I expect out of some characters. However, so here we have it. You know, all the women, you know, have run through the fence. They ran down the hill. They're having a beach party, and you know, it's wonderful. You know, the one black girl, you know, gets converted to Judaism, and you know, so she butt naked in the lake. So you know, I'm happy for her. You know, but I'm sitting here waiting for Caputo or somebody to see what's going on and send all these women to the shoe. However, it never happened, because that's how the season ended. And I'm like this can't be the big thing that I was waiting for this entire time. You know, some of the women that I thought might have been in there to kill Alex, none of them. You know, and when that finally, you know, came to a head, you know, when I felt like something was finally going to happen with that, it was right before the beach party scene. You know, so we still, you know, kind of sitting in wait now for season 4 to know what happened with that. Um, Low key prediction, I don't think she's gonna be dead. I think she's gonna beat the crap out of that dude. Um, and probably go to Max or something like that for killing him. But I don't think Alex is going out like that. But yeah, but overall, the season was very disappointing. Piper, the main character, she becomes some organized crime boss, with the dirty panties, and it was funny. She did get a little gangster. I gotta admit, she got kind of gangster, but at the end of the day, I like how some series, during the season, they'll have one or two episodes that are really like filler, not really there to push the story along. It's just there to kind of take up space. I feel like this entire season was that. This entire season just took up space to get ready for season 4. But now we have to wait a whole another year or so, or whenever, for another season, which is going to be wonderful. Excuse me. But yeah. So at the end of the day, we're gonna be out here waiting. I just pulled up to my destination, so I probably did this video in good time. But yeah. So Orange is the New Black season 3. Scale of 1 to 5. I give it a 3. A solid 3. Only because I liked season 1 and 2. If it wasn't for my feelings on the series as a whole, like, I would never watch the show again because of this season. But because I've watched all of the all 3 seasons within a year, I feel kind of vested in the series. So I will give season 4 a chance when it shows up. But if season 4 sucks, if season 4 is anything like season 3, I'm never watching the show again. But yeah, LeNZ, that's my thoughts on Orange is the New Black season 3. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about this. And if there's anything, any other series, anything else you wanna hear me talk about, hear my opinion on, just hit me in the comments. Hit me on Twitter, LeNZ Visionary, LENZDA Visionary, and we can talk about that. All right, peace.